morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is you're tuning in. So, thanks for coming to check stuff out. I've got some things here. So this is leftover packaging from various things. And I thought I would just show you guys something you can do with literal recyclables, junk, as it were, for your junk journals. So this is obviously from chocolates. I love chocolates. These are from some drink things that my partner gets, but I thought some of the designs are really cool. And so I'm going to show how to make some pockets out of this stuff that we can add to our journals, or some other little envelopes or something. This was fun. I got this, it was jumbo paper clips. It came with some other stuff that I got at my brother's secondhand shop. And then this was from Little Tiny Cards, and I thought it had some really cute little things on it, a really nice picture. And then this is from, man, I've had this for a long time. I have since used the little cards that were in here as little tuck-ins in journals, but I got this, man, years and years. I probably had this for 20 years. So it's time that it moves along and finds a new home. So let's just get to it. So first off, something like this is perfect as is. We really don't have to do much to this, and I don't think I will. So this, even though it is a little bit thicker, let me see how thick that is. Let me measure it quick. So this is about, it's about 1/4 of an inch thick. So it could be a little too thick for some journals, but it also could be really fun. This could be a fun little box to make a journal for. So maybe that's an idea we'll save for another day, to make this into like a little journal itself, or a holder for a cute little journal. So I think this one is fine as is. So we're not going to do much with that one today. I just kind of wanted to show you guys to think outside the box a little bit with some things. Let's do the paperclip one first, since it's different from the other ones. So first off, I really like the designs. It has this great window. I think this way would be great, but obviously it's a bit thick. So what we're going to do is we're going to break it down first. If I can get it open. And go from there. And then we might have some fun scraps to use as well. So let's see, because I want to keep this nice window here, because that would be really nice. Yeah, because I think that could be the top, or that could be. It doesn't really matter. We can do whatever we want, right? Okay, so first off, I think what I'm going to do, because we could technically get 2 pockets out of this if we're careful. So let's, I wonder if I can just break this down here. Sometimes the glue is really tight and it's hard to like break things down without them getting wrecked. So I think I'm just going to cut it. So I'm going to try and cut this as close to the middle as possible. A little bit harder with some of this stuff, but let's see what we can do. So I'm just going to cut this down the middle here, and then it'll be open. We can go from there. Okay. All right. So yeah, so now we can cut this down the middle as well. Doesn't have to be perfect, so I'm all right with it. All right, easier to cut once it's open. So this is going to be all the way down here. All right, so now we could make this into 2 pockets if we wanted to. So this is already great this way. So we could leave it so it's got this kind of edge that we could glue down on our paper, like so. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this a little bit. So I'm going to cut that. Then, in order to get rid of a little bulk, I'm going to get rid of this here and over here. Staticky. Hope you guys are having a great day. I've been busy already. doing some stuff. I've been very busy in my garden. Let's see, now let's top. We're gonna cut this right here at this crease. And I think that is about set. Is that fine? It is. Okay, so there you go. Technically, that could be a pocket that's completely done. This I'm not going to do much with. It's really pretty. So it would just need a little something up here. So let's see what we got handy. I was going to make some more, you know what we're going to do? Bone folder. I want to crease these really, really good so they lay down as flat as possible. That'll help when we want to glue it into a journal. I like to pre-make stuff when I have things and I see them. And then I add them to basically just a box of goodies that I can pull out and add to whatever it is I'm working on at the time, whatever kind of journal I decide to do, or if it fits a color theme. And this is really, really pretty. So that's super fun. Okay, so that is ready to go that way. Now let's give this a quick decoration. Also, let's see, maybe a little thumb hole in the top here. Should we do that? Should we? Let's do it. See if I can get this mostly centered. I don't want it to go into the plastic part. Let's see. Or down into the window. About like there, maybe. Yeah. Pretty centered. Ooh, maybe not. Got it. Okay, that was almost pushing it for what this thing can handle. So there we go. So that's like that. Now we can add something up here. What do we want to add? Let's see. Do we have a cluster that will go nicely? Or just some scrappies? What do we got for some scrappy? Oh, maybe just some washi. Washi in a nice color like one of these. See what I have out and about here. I have some of this up here. Maybe this. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm just going to use up this bit here. I don't have much of this one left, so we'll just put this up here like that. Yeah, that's about all we're gonna need, I think. I'm gonna bring this washi around here and then trim it on either side. So I'm just gonna trim this here, save that, put it on my organizer here for use in another spot. Nothing too fancy. Sometimes you don't need to add a lot, I don't think, to some things. Now we do need to cut that thumb hole. So I guess I should have waited, but I didn't. So here we are. Hopefully this will cut the tape. Try and line that up correctly. Woohoo, look at that. Magic. Okay, so honestly, I think that's done. I think that is perfect just as it is. And then whatever you put in that pocket is going to look absolutely beautiful and kind of accented. So that's one done. All right, let's take this. Could be another one, or it could even be two. Let's do that. Maybe? Okay, let's see what we get if we crease these. Ooh, this one's stiff because it's double layered. So let's see if we can get that off. We're not going to see that part now because that's going to be folded in anyway. So I took some of that bulk off of there. So let's see. Crease that really well. If you don't have a bone folder, you could use your handles of your scissors. Just some other little tricks to use there. All right, now let's go. We're going to angle this one a little more. Angle that one a little more. I'm just reducing a little bit of that bulk, especially on where there's hinges and stuff. Now these could be square thumb holes, or we could just cut them out with our rounded one. What do we think? I think I want to cut them off because I could use them as little tabs. Let's do, I'm going to use my blade to cut them so I can save them. I do have a cutting mat under here, so I'm just going to cut them this way. So I'm just going to cut where that hinge is right in there, just with a X-Acto and a metal ruler. Okay, perfect. Now this will be great as like clipped onto the edge of a tag, maybe onto, yeah, journaling card or something. So we're going to set that aside to be used on another thing. Really pretty. That golds and all those pretty colors. So it doesn't take much. Sometimes you just find some of that little stuff that will work really nicely for other things. Just reuse what you got. Look at things a little bit differently. All right. Oh, that went a little farther. Sorry. I just want to keep those. So that one is there. Now, do I want to leave those? I think a squared like tuck out like that is kind of fun. Let's make this into 2 pockets. So, oh, or do we want to leave it like that? No, let's make 2 pockets. Let's make 2 pockets. So since I have my ruler and this out, I'm just going to use it. I'm using the text to give myself a good line. Of course, I wiggled a little, but it's fine. Okay, so there, that's another pocket like that. And that is another pocket like that. Okay, so now from that one little box, we've gotten 3 cute pockets and 2 little tabbies. So let's go ahead. What do we have to put on here? Do I have something handy? This could be fun now to put. Let's see if we've got a little bit of something. That's a bit much. I like the colors though. Actually, I don't hate that. You know what? I think we're going to do it because the green. Okay, so that one is going to go there. Let's see what else we got. Needs something decently sized. And will this one fit on here? That might be a little big. We could tear some of it down just a touch. What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Oh, that's kind of perfect. Let's do that. Let's do that one. Okay, so we've got a couple things there. Now, when I glue this one down, I'm going to make this so that it can also be a little tuck spot in here too. So, do we want to ink a little? Question of the day. Always my question. Always, always. So this is kind of like a little bit of a shiny texture, but I think a little bit of black or something might look kind of nice. So let's just go ahead and grab that. I think I've got, I had to start going through some of my little inkers because some of them are getting a little bit worn out, but luckily I had a bunch that I had grabbed at one point while they were on sale. So, all right, so I'm going to ink just around here, just a little bit. This is a mixed media ink. I'm going to go in here. I wonder, do we want to round that? I don't know. We'll round the other one. Let's round the other one. Okay, so that one's got black on there. Let's do this. I'm just going to round this ever so slightly. See if I can get the other side similar. It's not going to be perfect. but it'll be all right. I think that's fine. That's good. That works. Now I'm going to ink this a little bit around here. Okay, so that's done as well. Set this off to the side. Now, do we want to ink these a tiny bit? No, I don't think so. Or maybe just a hint on some of these, just to make it stand out just a little bit. Because who knows what kind of page I'll put it on. I can always ink it some more later if I wanted to. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to glue this. I should make sure I'm in frame here. I'm going to glue this here like that. Maybe a little right there. So that this can turn into a little pocket on a pocket. And then this is going to go, oop, I should have brought that in a little bit. That's okay. It's fine, it's fine. Line that up pretty well there. Maybe scooch it just a touch. Okay. All right, so that's down, and then I'm gonna glue the edge of this paper on here. So that's down a little bit. Now, there's another little pocket. So we could tuck another little ticket or something in there. So that is our second one done. Just inking a little bit on there. I want that to stick out a little bit. Okay, so that one's done. Now let's do this one. Remember, you can use whatever colors you have. Don't just use like neutrals all the time. I just have the black out, so that's what we're using right now. All right, this one is going to be here. And I don't mind if a few of those little words are sticking out. So we're just going to glue this bad boy on here. Like so. Throw that anywhere, Nance. It's fine. All right, so that's there. And a little bit under here. Okay. So you can see very quickly how you can just turn a few little things, literally garbage, into something you can add to your journal. So there's 3 things. Do we want to do one more? I kind of want to do this one because I wanted to show you something with this little box. So I think this is I'm going to do journaling cards with this. I think it would be cool as little journaling cards. So we could do pockets and stuff, but here's what I was thinking. These would be cute, cut out individually. So basically, just look at your packages, see what you got. So I'm going to just cut this right on the seam. And then the front piece is going to be a journaling card. So I'm just cutting it up. I could use my cutter too, but I'm kind of okay with all of this. Just kind of cutting it up as it is. This one here, we're going to cut there on that seam because I'm going to try and use as much of this as possible. And then this flap, leave the flap. No, we're going to take the flap off too. Okay, so now mostly square. I might trim this just a little bit more so it's not, doesn't have that bulky fold on it. And like I said, if it's not perfectly square, not really bothered by it. If it bothers you, use your cutter. Nothing wrong with wanting it to be nice and straight and square. This would probably drive my partner a little nuts. He's not, he likes things nice and straight. I am not bothered. I like little things that aren't perfect all the time. Okay, so I think that I'm going to maybe turn this into a tag. So let's do, I just got this new cutter. I got it off of Amazon because the other one that I use, I snapped. Like I snapped the handles on it. I had that really nice squeeze one. And this is for like making tag corners. Is that going to be too big? Oh yeah, let's turn this into a tag. Oh, it is smooth. I'm so happy with this. Okay, so now that's tag shaped. We'll punch a little hole or put some ribbon on the top. And then this could just get a little bit more decoration. We could put something on the back, but we don't have to. So that's essentially, for the most part, done. So that's another thing to look at. Okay. Some stuff it's okay to throw away. Now these little guys, like these little tiny pictures, because they were examples of the cards. So this is what we're going to do. I'm just going to cut them out. Because of course we need other tiny things to have laying around to be used for stuff, right? But these would be cute on clusters or whatever. Add them onto other little things. Yeah, they're a little bit heavier, but they're tiny, so we can get a bunch of stuff out of these as well. So there we go. Just cut them up real quick. All right. So we've had some really nice weather the last couple of days. So I've been spending a lot of time out in my garden because I don't like it when it's super hot. Of course, that's good for growing things, but it's not so good for me spending time out there because I'm a little bit heat sensitive. So when the weather is as perfect as it has been, I'm going to try and be out there as much as possible. So like I've said in some of my previous videos, I record in advance, so I have gardening season cushions so I can still get my videos out on the days that I want to get them out. So I schedule things ahead of time. Sometimes a fair amount ahead of time, but my cushion that I normally like to have for my videos is getting a little small, so I need to try and get that sorted. And we've been having some internet issues here too, so that has not helped. So I can't get my stuff loaded the way I want it to. This was double layered, so this is where the seam was on the box. So I'm just taking some of that off. And now we're gonna just snip these guys smaller, trim them down, and then we'll be done. And then we have used up some more stuff that's been sitting around here for ages. So what happened was I was kind of trying to do a reset, cleanup, organize session the other day. And as I was doing it, I was realizing, oh, I have these things. Oh, I have these things. I have a bunch of stuff kind of prepped and ready to go for some videos to kind of show you some different things, some different techniques and ways to use up some supplies. All right, this stuff is going to go in the garbage. Look at that. So now we have a box has turned into a tag, or it will be a tag, and then a bunch of little clustery or little things for clusters or accents for things. I wanted to show this one real quick. I'm not going to go through the whole decoration process, but so this has this really nice flap on it and I want to utilize that, but it is really, the box is thick. So what we're going to do, and it's really nice and tall. It could be nice for working on kind of putting together this really cool tall journal. So maybe I will leave it like that. So we'll do something similar like we did with this one, where we just are like that. I think that's what we'll do. So I'm going to do the same thing very quickly because I don't want this video to be uber long where I'm just like doing stuff with boxes. But I think, because I want to say that the top part, I want this flap to be here because I really like that, but I don't know. See, this is my challenge. Okay, so let's just split this here and see what we get. When we have to revamp, we have to revamp. That does happen sometimes. Okay, because I want to see how flat I can get it without ruining all the integrity of the box. So, because I really like this flap on there, and it has its own little tuck spot. So, let's see. This could go like that. So let's do that. So I'm gonna just start cutting things down and see what we find. What's the worst thing that happens? We ruin it. Oh well, then we know we tried something and it might give us a better idea for next time. This tag board for this box is a little bit thinner than the other ones, so that might be helpful. All right, and it even has like these little foldy things here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut this at an angle right here. And then we don't need this whole back, do we? Or do we? Okay, so that's gonna go in there like that. And then this one's gonna go in there like that. Oh, I know what we'll do. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it apart at this junction here as well, at this fold, just like we did on the other side. And we're gonna re-glue it the way we want it to be. So basically, instead of being a thick box, we're gonna turn it into a thin pocket. So that's gonna go there. So we also need to cut down this like we did on the other side. Okay. And I think I'll leave this much of a flap here just in case. Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, so is this gonna fit in here? Not quite. So here's what I want this to fit inside here, and it is just a titch too wide to fit nicely in there. So I think going to use my cutter for this one because I want it to be very precise. So let's see here, because I just need like the tiniest amount off on either side. So let's go ahead and see if we can make that happen. So see if that's enough on that side, and then we're gonna flip it over and do the other as well. Just the tiniest amount. All right, let's see if that will be enough to fit inside there. Not quite. So let's do a little bit more. I think it really needs a little bit more on that side, more than the other side, but okay. Let's hope I'm not taking off too much. If it is, it is. Okay. Ooh, that was wider than the other side, that's for sure. We'll see what happens. All right, there and there. Okay, yeah, we did it. And then now let's make sure this will close. And this is gonna go all the way down because I still want to utilize this little notch. So does this go? I kind of like it that it might be like that and stick up just a touch. So that's what we got. Okay, so we're gonna re-glue this where it is here. So what I'm gonna do is get this lined up where I want it. It's in that notch right now, so I'm gonna leave it in that notch and try and make the top straight. So I'm trying to make sure my lines are straight up here and fold that down and in. And now I'm going to run a bead of glue here on this side and on this side. Not very, I'm kind of wiggless. Okay. So that's like that. And that is going to be like that. I think it should be fine. I might throw a piece of just scrap washi on here just to hold this while I'm working until the glue dries. Although it should be okay. And this is going to get glued into a book anyway, this way. So now we'll do the bottom. And I'm going to do just this flap here. Nice, long, fun pocket. I'm in process of starting this really neat journal that's kind of like, I had these really weird, like old document envelopes. So I've had a few of them that I've come across when I was kind of sorting out some stuff. So, and I was just kind of playing around with things the other day. So I was like, oh, these could be really cool as a journal. So I've been slowly collecting some really tall, thin things. So this will go with that. I think it would be really cool. So then, of course, all it will need is decoration. So I'm just going to leave this as is for now. And I think we'll call that good for this video, just to kind of give you guys an idea of some other things that you can do with some packaging that you have. So just look at things a little different, see what you can figure out, and look what all we've made. So with those, so we had 3 boxes, which we have turned into a tall, thin pocket. Then, of course, we've got this little one, this one, and this one. And then, of course, these guys, which still need to be decorated, and some extra decorations. So, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And you have a fantastic day. And don't forget, art with your heart. Bye.